Paulo Fonseca is nothing if not brave. A little under a month ago, the Milan coach's boldness was rewarded with a derby win, which allowed him to hang on to his job. And Fonseca has taken similarly drastic measures in his team selection tonight in order to first and foremost beat Udinese, but also send out a message to some of his senior players. Udinese have been a surprise package so far this season. They're hoping to emulate their scalp here from last season when they won by 1-0. Milan-Udinese is just moments away. There has been talk about necessary squad rotation for Paulo Fonseca, with Milan beginning a sequence of fixtures when they will face 7 matches in the space of 22 days. But all the talk about the personnel this evening has centred around a lack of application, an absence of work rate, and those not necessarily towing the party line. I'm sure the fans in the Curva Sud will have a thing or two to say as well. 3 of Paulo Fonseca's 5 changes come at the back, where Theo Hernandez is suspended while Gabbia is injured and Tomori is dropped. So Emerson is the one survivor from the back 4 at Fiorentina. With Rafael Leao and Tammy Abraham essentially being disciplined, there are opportunities for Okafor and Chukwueze as Milan revert to the 4-2-3-1. 17-year-old Mattia Liberali is included amongst the substitutes. Jaka Biol is the stand-in skipper for Udinese this evening. They're still without Florian Thauvin, who is their star player. Costa Runjaic revealed that he's still struggling with a rib injury he sustained in a match against Inter. Two alterations for Costa Runjaic and Udinese from their last match, a 1-0 win over Lecce. Sandy Lovric is fit again and comes back in for Ekkelenkamp. And there's a first Serie A start for Iker Bravo. He leads the line alongside new Italy international Lorenzo Luca. It was Roberto Pereira who scored the match-winning penalty here last season. He's no longer on the Udinese books. Costa Runjaic was an unknown quantity when he took over this summer after a couple of seasons with Legia Warsaw. Paulo Fonseca was familiar to fans of Serie A, but he's under pressure. A reminder of our initiative for Save the Children, which feels more topical than ever, given the ongoing conflicts in the world. A big test for Milan this evening. Udinese begin tonight's match 2 points and a place better off than the Rossoneri in the table. And Milan are also much changed from that crazy game in Florence when they were beaten 4-2 by Fiorentina, 2-1 by Fiorentina, excuse me, and missed 2 penalties in the process. All that despite Maignan keeping out a spot kick of his own. Left there by Fofana, and it allows Lovric to pounce on the ball. Lovric with the effort. It was ambitious. Chow. Pavlovic spotted the run of Okafor. He's found him as well. Morata's gone down. Okafor goes himself, and it was tame. He has the chance to impress this evening. Paulo Fonseca has left out Rafael Leao. Terracciano. Okafor, too quick for Zamora. Still Okafor. Now it's Christian Pulisic for Chukwueze. Fonseca's got his team selection right, all right. Okafor involved, Chukwueze the scorer. And of course, Pulisic had to play a part as well. Just a dozen minutes is what it's taken for Milan to open the scoring here. And it's a very rare goal in Serie A for Samuel Chukwueze, just his second in the Italian top flight. Okafor has been so dangerous right from the outset. Zamora didn't know how to deal with him. Pulisic was unselfish and Chukwueze was lethal. Credit to Paulo Fonseca for making the decisions that matter. There was just a brush off the defender, Kingsley Ehizibue, but Okoye wouldn't have got there in any case. And Chukwueze, who has so often flattered to deceive, might now get a run in the team. Paulo Fonseca brave. Clever run that from Ehizibue. Still Ehizibue. Once he got there, he would have been better off looking for a colleague. It's technically a shot on target, but Maignan had a long, hard look at it. Now Reijnders. Chukwueze wants it on the far side. Instead it's with Okafor. His cross for Morata, straight at the goalkeeper. But Milan creating lots of havoc down this near side. Pulisic with the corner, Milan want a second. Away by Luca. Back in by Chukwueze. Reijnders from very close range. And the smile suggests he knows he should have scored. Has found Lovric, and there could be real trouble here for Reijnders. Is it red? Yes. That's what they call a dogso. Tijani Reijnders denying Udinese a goal-scoring opportunity, and having had Theo Hernandez sent off after the full-time whistle in Florence. We've not even played half an hour here against Udinese, and Milan are down to 10. Zamora strikes the free kick, and he nearly did it again. Maignan was static, Maignan had given up the ghost there. And how close was this from Jordan Zamora? That's a better ball in, and there's Ehizibue. And just before the break, Udinese find a leveller. The flag has gone up, though, to deny Kingsley Ehizibue. Offside is the call. And now we'll get a look via semi-automatic offside technology as to how far offside Kingsley Ehizibue was. A shoulder width, and that is a part of the anatomy with which you can score, hence why it's valid. Milan are on course for victory, but the route towards that win has become compromised by a first half red card to Tijani Reijnders. They started the game very well. Samuel Chukwueze with only his second Serie A goal after fine work first from Okafor and latterly from Pulisic. Udinese trail, but they harbour hopes of getting something from this game. At the break, Milan 1, Udinese 0. Okafor, who had been so impressive, has been sacrificed for the second half. Yunus Musa is on, try and bolster the centre of the park alongside Youssouf Fofana. Paulo Fonseca hoping that his team are able to keep a clean sheet and withstand whatever Udinese throw at them in this second half. Already 4 defeats at the Milan helm. Udinese have work to do, but they will surely have more of the ball in this second half against 10-man Milan. Big second half awaits the Rossoneri. And you can already see the shape that Milan are adopting, essentially a 4-4-1 out of possession, trying to shut down all of the space between the lines and in the centre of the pitch. Zamora for Ike Bravo. Emerson Royal saying he got the ball. Keenan Davis there warming up for Udinese. Pulisic takes the corner, headed away by Luca. Emerson Royal and Chukwueze got in one another's way. That allows Luca to dash forward, but he's not particularly quick. Hence why Emerson has come back and picked his pocket. They've been lacking pace in the side all night, Udinese. Musa, that was risky, he's lost the ball. Davis. Ekelenkamp just got underneath it. But a needless risk taken there by Yunus Musa, is surrounded by 4 players. Terracciano. Here's Musa. Pulisic wants it to feed. In fact, it was Fofana, I apologise. Pulisic, away by Biol. Emerson Royal. Chukwueze. Crosses deep for Abraham, and now Pulisic, if he can sort his feet out. Still Pulisic. Abraham! He's somehow made a mess of it. Okoye's done enough. That was Tammy's chance to make amends. Has he hurt himself in the process? He's holding his shoulder. Paulo Fonseca wants Udinese to put the ball out. They're pursuing an equaliser. Daniele Chiffi now has to intervene. I think Paulo Fonseca wants a penalty. Pulisic did so well just to get a shot away in the first place. Loftus-Cheek, I'm sure, was coming on in any case, but perhaps not necessarily in this position. He can play as a 10. So does Pulisic now operate as a false 9? Biol. Udinese having to be patient here. They haven't had too many openings. Not forced enough saves out of Maignan. Pajero playing left wing. This is Camara. Now Biol. It's a good effort, and it's not far away. Well, it might take something like that to break down Milan this evening. They've been toiling from open play, Udinese. Biol put his boot through that, and Maignan probably had it covered. Biol from deep. Again, they don't beat the first man. That's criminal. Pajero. Touré. Biol reluctantly finds Zamora. His cross is deep towards Kabasele, and there was Mike Maignan. 4 added minutes have been played. 3 remain here for Milan to stand tall. Camara. Emerson Royal got a toe to it. Pajero. Both Kabasele and Luca pointing towards Biol. It's he who chips it in. Luca got his head to it. Emerson Royal away, but straight to Pajero. Zamora calling for the ball. Now it's Jordan Zamora. Just cross after cross for Udinese. Biol. Camara now. With the outswinger. Davis. And there's Ehizibue and Kabasele scores. He bagged against Inter and he snatched a point at Milan. And finally, the pressure has told for Udinese. It's a scrappy goal, but it's been a scrappy second half. And Milan, so close to the finish line, have stumbled at the final hurdle. Christian Kabasele, the right man in the right place, above all at the right time. Milan went so close, but it's now dawning on them that all of their toil has been in vain. Questo and Reijnders, Udinese kept believing. Camara's cross wasn't dealt with. Davis did well. Pavlovic stretched. Ehizibue really should have scored. Credit to Mignon for making the first save, and Tomori tried in vain to clear that off the line, but Kabasele's head had enough purchase. And how significant will this result prove to be? The VAR check ongoing. An on-field review is on the way, and Milan might yet win this game. What's the thought process here? Is Ehizibue offside? Is Ehizibue offside when Davis heads it down? Certainly not a high boot. Pavlovic was stooping into the ball. Is this a foul by Kabasele? It's nothing resembling a foul at all. Just wonder whether... Well, that's not a foul either on Malik Chow by Ehizibue. Dare I say, they seem to be clutching at straws here. The goal is disallowed for offside. Ehizibue adjudged to be marginally the wrong side of the last defender. For the second time this evening, Milan have seen an Udinese goal ruled out for offside. Questo and Reijnders is at a loss as to what's come to pass. Played 8.5 added minutes. We've still got at least 90 seconds remaining. Another look at this, semi-automatic offside technology, deeming that the left toe of Jurgen Ehizibue was offside, and therefore Milan get the job done. It's a heroic 1-0 win with 10 men for more than an hour. Samuel Chukwueze's solitary goal means Milan do bounce back. Fonseca was brave with his team selection. Milan were courageous and heroic in defending their lead. They needed a couple of close shaves as well. Ehizibue and Kabasele both having the ball in the net, but both goals ruled out for offside. And it does mean that Milan are victorious. It ends here at San Siro. Milan 1, Udinese 0.